Hey guys, it's your girl Taylor, professional caricature artist and lover of theater. I've decided to try something a little different, so I sat down with a few performing artists and had conversations about their shows and projects. This is Drawing Conclusions. I went to Long Beach Playhouse to sit down and chat with the cast of Flight, playing from May 19th to June 16th on the Mainstage. Today, I'm talking to
Felicia. So you've done theater before, though.
I have. I actually grew up doing theater.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I took it in class all the way through high school.
Yo, that's awesome. What was the first show you ever did?
The actual first show that I've ever done, theatrical-wise, is Up the Down Staircase, which is funny because it was the last show that I've done.
What? Before this one here?
Before this one.
How long ago was that, if you don't mind me asking?
High school.
High school.
2006.
Okay. So what drew you to Flight?
I actually looked up the Long Beach Playhouse after my dad advised me to take a look at it because I wanted to start acting and building some kind of resume.
Yeah.
And then I saw it and read a little bit about the character Mercy, and I was like, oh, that sounds like me.
What do you think about playing that role?
I think, like, when I read, like, she fits me like a glove, like, my personality, just being that she's kind of representing, like, hope, and she's very hopeful. She is very naive. She's believing the best. She's trying to, and that is kind of who I am as a person. I'm trying to always be positive and believe in the best, and I felt like when I read about who she was, and as I'm starting to act with the other characters, I kind of like, oh yeah, this is me. This is me.
So it had been a while since you had done theater. Was it kind of nerve-wracking getting back into it?
Yes. It's something that I want to do. It's actually been something I've wanted to do since I was small.
Yeah.
And actually not having the opportunity to do it. Where I'm from, there's like one theater, and everyone there works there. They act there. The workers act and work. So if you're not actually in the working club, 9 times out of 10 you don't have a chance. So It's just kind of a chance of faith, pretty much.
Of hope.
Of hope. There you go. Of hope.
My favorite line was in reference to Mercy. I'm probably going to paraphrase it and get it super wrong, but talking about a gift that you don't deserve. I think that's a really beautiful statement.
Yes, when she's describing what Sadie had explained to her what mercy meant, which is a very good statement because a lot of people don't really actually know what mercy means.
Yeah, it's one of those words, like, I use it, but, always think of, asking Peter Pan how to fly. I'm like, I never really thought about it before. Do you have a favorite scene that you like to perform?
I do. I like to perform the last scene as Martha.
Martha. That's right, because you get to play. It's not just Mercy. You get to play
several.
Yeah, because you're telling the stories.
I like how her character transforms into these different characters, and she gets the opportunity to show like a serious side of her because she's very goofy and bubbly.
Right.
I like how she transforms into Martha, and Martha's a very serious character.
Could you remind me what Martha's story was?
So Martha was the slave at the end that she had a baby and she was sent back to the field to work. And she was in very bad condition to be sent back to the field to work.
Yeah, like 2 days later, I think.
Right. Right.
Sounds rough.
Right?
No maternity leave, I guess.
No maternity leave. Baby, get back to work.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And she's the one who, I guess, initiates the flight in the story Flight at the end. And I found just that whole story of Flight and the slaves and just having that hope of being able to be free from the life that they were living was like, that was the story catcher for me. That part of the whole play took me. And that's my favorite scene.
That's a beautiful scene. So like you said, it's been a while. What have been some of the challenges that you've encountered getting back into theater and throughout the rehearsal process?
For me, some of the challenges here is just not to give up on myself and not to feel like I don't belong.
Right.
To just, because I haven't done it before, not to beat myself up because I'm not what everyone expects me to be. It's kind of like, if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? Kind of thing. You have to stand your ground. You have to believe in yourself.
Do you think people expect you to be a certain way?
Sometimes I feel like maybe not people, but me. I have really high expectations for myself.
I don't know what you mean. Yeah. Do you feel like the show's been a good experience in terms of overcoming that?
I have. I really think that it has really strengthened me with being able to relate to other characters and other people, and just not even defining the character that I'm playing, but me, myself as a person.
Yeah.
I can definitely appreciate the other people and cast members and things.
You also, it's a good opportunity to learn from other people's experience as well, which that's what I love about doing what I get to do, because I feel like I'm surrounded by people who are so much more talented than me, and it can't help but rub off.
Right. It's Rovin.
That's good.
It's Rovin.
That's wonderful. Are you excited for the show to open?
I am so excited. I'm really excited. I've always wanted to act. I think the best thing about live theater is that you can actually see the response on the audience's face.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's, to me, has to be like one of the best parts of live theater.
Yeah. And it's never the same twice. It's a very unique shared experience. What does Flight mean to you?
Flight, I feel like this Flight, the play, as well as just this opportunity, is just like the opening for me.
Yeah.
It's like the door.
Yeah.
That I have to go through to actually do exactly what it is that I want to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like once I've done this and I see to myself that, hey, you got this, kid. You can do this. Once I get through that door, I think it'll open a whole lot more for me.
Yeah. What do you think people will take away from the show?
I think this show will give people a little bit of an insight on how slaves actually had a lot more struggles than just being beat and whipped. Like the internal thing of their struggle of missing somebody that was really dear to them, knowing that they're not dead, but they're just being taken away because somebody feels like they did something wrong. Right. And they can't be with their child or their husband. Right. I think it's going to give a deeper insight on slavery and the actual real life struggles and sentimental things that they went through as slaves, on top of the beatings and on top of the having to wake up at the break of dawn and do work. And just being mistreated and all around, just the stuff that they went through, just having the other emotional stuff, you know? Yeah.
I always like, whenever I watch films or anything of this period, I just try to put myself in that world, and it's so devastating.
It is.
To imagine, like, not being able to have control over your own life or your choices or even your name. Actually, that's a good... Segues are weird. I think, if I'm not mistaken, your character has a moment when they do talk about their name and owning their name. You want to talk a little bit about that?
So she's very... she has a moment where she's acknowledging the fact that when she was sold to the plantation, that one of the first things that they did to her was change her name.
Right.
And that seemed to have gotten under her little wits because she had enough of it. She didn't want anyone
wasn't gonna
calling.
stand for
it. She knew that wasn't her name. She was like, no, that doesn't even sound right. I'm not going to be called that.
Right.
And then I guess the people around were just like, oh, girl, you're going to be called whatever we call you. You're 10. Who's going to listen to you, you know? And then after, I guess, Sadie, who seems to have like a bigger hold, and she must have been there, you know, longer than Mercy when she got there. She respected her, and they had a relationship to where she called her name, and it meant something to her enough to where I guess it kind of changed the hearts of everyone else, and they started calling her Mercy.
So, what would be like your dream job? Because I know you think of this as a doorway to get you back into acting and performing. If you could do anything with no fear, what would it be?
Honestly, if I could do anything and didn't have to worry about, paying bills, anything like that, my dream job would just be, I would be in a position where I could, like, encourage people and be a uplifter, because that's kind of what I feel like I was sent to do, is encourage people and uplift them.
So as a storyteller, right, I think escapism might be the wrong word for this, this particular kind of production, but, it is you get to disappear into another world for a little bit, and you get to share stories with people. I think regardless of what you do, if it's, maybe even if it's not art related, like, it's still kind of, it's all branching out of storytelling.
Encouraging.
Okay,
are you ready?
That is adorable.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you for talking with me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. Can I hug you?
Yes. Thank you. This has been Drawing Conclusions. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Have you drawn your own conclusions? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget, get out there and draw something. See you next time.